Have you ever been on hold and you're just getting more and more frustrated? It's not just in your head, that frustration. It's caused by psychological factors. So basically, the minute we're on hold and we hear those words, please hold, the internal clock in our mind starts ticking. And studies show that our mind hates lack of information. So if we're left in silence or just left for a long time and we don't know what's going on, we get more frustrated. In these scenarios, callers perceive that their wait time is 36% longer than it actually was. So this is where decent on-hold music and decent on-hold messages can really help. We need to be a little bit distracted. So if you can provide information to your customers that are on hold about your business, and even if you could give them an approximate wait time, this is shown to reduce hang-ups by up to 45%. So if you know that your average call wait time is 2 minutes, just tell them that during the on-hold. Just constantly saying, please hold, or thank you for your call, we know you're waiting, is just irritating. And quite often companies will use that phrase over and over again, every 5 or 6 seconds, and not say anything else. And that's a real bad on-hold experience. So what you need to do is really give them that reassurance that you know they're waiting, maybe once, and then provide messages about your services or where they can find information on your website. Have a real think about what your business does and how you could explain things to them while they're waiting. It might be that you've explained so much during the on-hold that some of their questions have been answered while they've been on hold. A further point to think about as well is that some systems actually play the music and then the music stops and then the voice speaks and then the music starts again, and it just stop-starts. So it's better to have your on-hold message mixed in with your voiceover messages so that the music just dips in volume when the voiceover is speaking. Also, it's very important to have a real human voice that's engaging and suited to your brand. There's nothing worse than a robotic, computerized voice. In terms of the music, you need to find something that isn't irritating. Short loops of music that you can get for free are incredibly irritating because it's the same music over and over again. And if somebody's on hold for 2 minutes and the piece hasn't progressed, it's just annoying. So find music that is a real piece of music. Make it an instrumental piece of music. Avoid music with vocals in it because that can clash with voiceover when they speak. But you need something that's engaging and suitable and is in line with your brand. So for instance, if you're a dentist, I wouldn't advise you put some really heavy metal on as your on-hold music. You're better with something a bit more soothing. You've got to think about the reason the customer might be calling in the first place. Don't be afraid to use more than one piece of music. The more pieces you use, the more variety the caller's got while they wait, and that will reduce their perception of the time they're waiting. If you're using mainstream music, you will need to pay a license to the copyright societies in your country. So here in the UK, you'd have to pay PRS to play mainstream music on a telephone, and you have to pay each year, and it can be quite costly from what I've heard. But if you want to cut those costs, you can use royalty-free music, but do make sure the royalty-free music provider can provide a license specifically for telephone on hold use, because they're not always covered in that license. So in conclusion, by thinking carefully about your customer, what their needs are, what their frame of mind will be when they call, what you would want to say to them in that scenario, and what music would be suitable for them, you can make the experience more relevant to them, and it'll feel a lot less like a waste of their time. So I hope that was helpful, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments box below or get in touch directly through our website onholdmessagingdirect.com. Thank you very much.